All right, well, I think we're going to get started.
It's nice to see everybody, and I'm really excited about this project. And thanks for inviting me. I've been a ceramic artist. I've been a potter for almost 30 years. And after earning a degree in graphic design, I decided it wasn't for me, and I wanted the absolute opposite experience. So I decided to get my hands in clay, and that's where they've been ever since. So about 6, 7 miles from Williams campus, um, I've set up a ceramic studio, which is a residency for artists. It's a place where I make my work. I teach weekly classes. I host residents, and I operate a guest house for artists to come stay extended to work in clay.
I'm a working artist also. I live on the West Coast though. But as a working artist, you always have to have an artist statement, which isn't that different from a curatorial statement in a certain sense. So when you apply to things or whatever, so to have your thoughts about your own work sort of in a more cohesive um, set is really helpful for yourself, but also as you apply to other things, people want to try to understand a little bit about what your thinking is.
So I'm probably at the other end of the spectrum. So I have no artistic talent. About 1995 or 96, when I joined the Skowhegan School for Painting and Sculpture and started a sort of a younger group there. Just I don't know if any of you are familiar with Skowhegan, but happy to share that also. And from that, I then went to the Williams College Museum and I chaired their visiting committee, which is essentially their board for about 10 or 15 years or so. I've been on other board type positions. One was Madison Square Park in New York City. I'm now an emeritus trustee at Mass MoCA, and I'm currently on the executive committee of the board of the Art Conservation Center at the Lunner Center at the Clark. On Friday, we just hired a new director who's going to be awesome, and I'd be happy to host anyone on the call, either at the Art Conservation Center, which is pretty amazing. There is an Art 508 class that deals with art conservation, or at my place at Cable Mills.
I think, George, like you, I have no artistic anything, but I do run a brand that's called Biography that is, it has a real design element to it, but it is quite commercial. And I think it was David, did I get your name right? Who was talking about um, how your art remains true to your vision and your style and your voice. And that really struck me because the note I sent to Tom, thanks, Tom, was the same as a brand. It's the same as when you begin a brand, there's so many competing voices, visions, images. And as your work expands and gets out into the world, how do you keep that voice true to you? How do you keep it distinct?
So I will say I spent a little bit of time as a curatorial intern this past summer, so I'm kind of drawing upon that
Where'd you
for
do
like
that?
the
Where'd you do that?
oh, at WICMA actually.
Oh, nice.
Right here in Williamstown. I sat down with Davi the other day and we talked a little bit about like the work that he's developing so far. And so I'm like taking notes for all that. The methods of making it, but also the final product are both like really, really important. So I'm trying to find a way, like a good way to strike the balance between the two aspects of that, like when I'm writing the actual statement.
I
Yeah,
have an example right in front of me because
yeah.
my painting's just like right there. And let's see. Okay, so this was like my final for my oil painting class. You see the nude figure, you see the hiding of the face, but also the shadow is very abstract, but it is sort of supposed to give the impression of like a door being opened, something being revealed.
No, it's great to see.
Oh, thank you.
This topic is actually really near and dear to my heart. So I'm really working my hardest to kind of like figure out what it means to me in a deeper sense. And that's kind of coming out in my work.
Have you heard
Um,
of a guy called Inigo Manglano Avale?
no, I have not.
So he's a Williams grad. He was either 83 or 84 mixed heritage, and he did a piece you might want to check out called Garden of Delights. He teaches in Chicago now, but that whole piece that was done a long time ago was about identity, and happy to share more whenever you'd like.
A lot of times it's a bit of a struggle in the beginning to articulate what you're doing until you have some work. So I feel like I sort of come from this place of process, and I feel like you have to make a lot of work. You should just make a lot of work. I mean, I'm sort of interested in this project because I want to see the work, and I want to see examples of what you're doing, and then I feel like it becomes a little easier over time to, as I said, articulate what it is.
I think the other thing too is to just keep looking at other artists' work and figure out what you like about their work and how that influences your thinking. And, to understand their work helps you to understand your own, I think.
All right, Nick, do you want to wrap us up?
So yeah, this is going to happen every week at this time. If you're looking to return, we're happy to have you. Thank you so much for coming.
Pleasure.
Thank you,
Thanks
everyone.
very much,
Thank
everyone.
you so much.